Beloved in the Lord, today is another week that we have entered into, and you are listening to the Hour of Hope with your servant, Osei Kufuor. We have been talking about doing things differently from last week, and our text was taken from 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 1 going. We were able to come out with the fact that we must be relevant not only in attendance, but also in deeds. Because we saw Elkanah and the family having a family ritual, coming to Shiloh every year to worship and to sacrifice. They added something to their worship. And then again, we went through and we realized that Hannah was troubled because her rival would continuously tease her because she was barren. And out of that, she did something different. One of the years that they went to Shiloh to worship and sacrifice, instead of her going back to relax or to have a stroll, she went straight into the house of God, knelt down and prayed a special prayer. We delved into the prayer, and we saw that she concentrated on herself instead of praying the judgmental prayers, of telling God to kill her enemies, to torture her enemies, and to do evil to the enemies. Today we want to continue and look at verse 12 through to 16. As she continued praying before the Lord, Eli observed her mouth. Hannah was speaking in her heart. Only her lips moved, and her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli took her to be a drunk woman. And Eli said to her, "How long will you go on being drunk? Put your wine away from you." But Hannah answered, "No, my Lord, I am not a woman troubled. I am a woman troubled in spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I have been pouring out my soul before the Lord. Do not regard your servant as a worthless woman, for all along I have been speaking out of my great anxiety and vexation." My dear one, Hannah continued to pray before God. She did not depend on friends. She did not depend on husbands. She did not depend on family. She did not depend even on the priest who was at the door of the temple. But before God, she prayed before God. She saw God to be the ultimate. No one could solve her problems except God. We tend to depend too much on men, especially men of God. People we trust, but they have no solution for us. Ultimately, they don't care about us. After presenting our petitions, they may even say things that will discourage us, that will make our situation worse. My dear friend listening to me, Eli observed her mouth as she was praying and misinterpreted her posture. Your posture may be misinterpreted because you may be deemed as an infidel or doing something that is untoward. That was how Hannah was seen. No one understands you better. I tell you, no one understands you better than you understand yourself. Eli did not understand what Hannah was doing. He took her for a drunkard, not knowing she was pouring out her heart. You may also be accused wrongly of things that you know nothing about, things you have not done. Don't worry. Hold on. Hold your peace. Be gentle. Be candid and respectful in all your answers. Don't answer with anger or rage. Just be calm in your answer. Hold your peace. God is in control. Therefore, the American say, now what you know, you are send bebre mu every first Samuel. I wakwa o say kufo ani e na no ka say. E wo ani da swambre so. Ya wi asema me yehunu say e wo say ye adwuma sono bi wo nyame fie free say. E ka na na busuan mo koye no omo ankwa nkoso mo nko na mmom omo sa ba afode ka ho. Yehunu say Abraham na nsoso ade hia no a okọ oyeye no obo afode no wie no wantena ho. Nemom owura sorry fie she did something different or you are devil from me afinimu and no and I challenge you once I was a fee yes so ye adevil fro na Hannah ko asori fie ho no wankotena ho akwa okọ paye na ne paye a obo ye no wa paye se urade nko natamfo wa paye se urade ntu natamfo meko wa paye se urade pa gra dance natamfo etimo Nemom ohwe onu ankasa ne wona hia de eho na ogina ye na ode bo empaye enu ti yesu yetu ye ho fo se ye behwe ye ankasa ye ho na ye bompaye nemo enne de edi ye de kono wose 1 Samuel chapter number 1 verse 12 edi comment 16 wose na eba se oguso ebo empaye awurade anim no elahwe na no din na hana ekasa na komemu na no enkoa na obesebese na ne die wonte anti elai bu no se osabofo na elai ka kire ne se da ben na wo bebro ensa akosie yi won safri wani so na hana bu ase da bi me wura me ya oba wura hunni na bobisa ene ensa bia de menumbi na mahwe me honhom ene me kra magu awurade anim emfa waba wa ento oba hohuni ho hohuni bi ho every say my wura ho ene mayem ja dudu mu ana mekasa abesi sesei Hana ekoso abompaye ewo nyame anim wanfane wantu nipa so wanfane wantu adamfo so wanfane wantu kunu so wanfane wantu abusua so mpo wanfane wantu sofo elaya na oho so nemom ohunu se nyame ni nyame a obetumi yade nyina enti wode ne tum ara wode na werɛhoɔ ene ne nsɛm nyina akɔto nyame anim empe bebre eya na yenya asɛm bia yina ye kɔne ye kɔkɔ hwehwɛ nipa de ato anim kankan ye se nyame nipa ye se odifo bi ye de kɔ akɔto nanim nipa ye gi wo ndie ye de kɔ akɔto wo anim enso san nipa yi eni ano ye bia ma ye nemom sa wo kama se mo pɔkyerɛ na ne werɛfi ebi sukura na wonim nya ehawo elai ehwɛ maame ya no ema maame bisibisa na no yi hana ebisibisa na no fi se hana ege kansem hunu bi anase wabro odofo obi ani ho no ma wonimu kyɛ wankasa obi animu wo nkyɛ wankasa unimu ho kyɛ se de obi nim wo ena wo betumi de wasaba ko nyame anim kyɛ se obeka kyerɛ obi na ode ko nyame anim ani timi hye wo nkura ya na pai se bomodi na wankasa fo wasam ko nyame anim e kyɛ se wo de bema obi so onfa nkoma wo ayana awreho enam so obi nti wase ne nti de wo ye no akikan sam ebi fa ho a enya no kure obi enti wase kye wankasa wonti no na obi elai onti hana ase eche hana na nti no abraham na ehwe ne wo magu nyame anim no na oka kye ne se oyo osabofo se empo yakasa akere wo a de wo ye obi nti ase nti wakasa akere wo a nyabotre empre hawo ho wanu yie mu no nyabotre wanu yie ne mu hana ka che se me wura me nya osabofo nka do betumi afu ne wayi na no nanso osi nyabotre me nya osabofo me wura odofo memma wo wura enho anase mempepre wo ho wanu yie ne mu nyabotre na yie no na nyame ehwew na obeboa wo wotie ni da so mre nyame hira wo se wotie nyame nka ho no nya okase nyame adom enhyira wo nyame enkura mu yie ene da so mre no woni obi nche na nyame be hyira wo nyame nhyira wo pi me ne obehia bio bye bye